Hello everyone, and welcome. My name is Cyrus, and today is a first for me and the channel. Thanks to one of my lovely supporters over on Patreon, KM115, he requested that I check out this track here from a series called Higurashi, which I am extremely unfamiliar with, at least with Devil May Cry. I already know Dante just through his presence in media in general and his sheer popularity. Whereas with this, in terms of the visual novel space, the only thing I know is that it's considered one of the best VNs out there. I think it's usually lumped together with Yume Neko, I think that's how it's pronounced, and Utawaramono. I usually see it in those kinds of recommendations, but I have no clue what it's about. All I know is that visual novels tend to have really good music, as a science adventure fan myself, so this should be a good time. So the song is literally just called You, okay? Composer is Dai, that's D-A-I, not as in people die when they are killed. It's track number 28, okay. There's a VGM DB page, hold up. Ooh, okay, so it's 2 discs, totaling, that's a lot of music. Oh, what? There's vocals? Probably for the album as a whole, not for this song in particular. Maybe this song has vocals, who knows? Anyway, enough blathering, let's go. Opening with a beautiful piano already. Oh. Ooh, that pierced right through my heart. When I see the subtitle of this series, When They Cry, I'd imagine most likely there's a lot of really sad, even possibly even dark moments. So this kind of music feels very appropriate. It's very somber, but it also has very subtle, uplifting tones to it. With the accompanying, what is that, like some kind of synthwave in the back? This almost sounds like a credits song. It was at the end of disc 1. I wonder, is there maybe like a second disc to the game itself? And this is maybe the end to the first part, or maybe this is the ending theme. Maybe this is a motif throughout the game. And this just plays at a very climactic moment in the story. Oh. I love this melody here. It's very simple, but sometimes simple is the best way to convey an emotion. Yeah, I just have the image of the guy who played the piano on fire, that meme. Ooh. Is this a piccolo? It sounds a little too high to be a flute, but maybe it's a different type of flute. It sounds like a piccolo to me. Very bouncy. That was wow. That was a nice solo there, or that little interlude section. I especially love the little music box notes in the background. It just gives a very pleasant playfulness to the overall theme of this music. Oh, I'm hearing like something else in the background. Huh, I heard it like maybe 2 or 3 times. I don't know what that was. Or maybe I'm hallucinating, who knows. Lack of sleep will do that to you. Are we winding down here? Is this the end? we're about to close the show. Yep, and we're looping back to where we started, with just the simple grand piano playing. Wow, that's it. Wow, as far as a first experience with this series, I'd say that's I'd say I'm pleasantly surprised. I had really no idea what to expect. I expected this to actually be a lot more sad. It was actually more uplifting than sad. It was very somber in tone, but then as it progressed, it very much, this background right here is the perfect type of visualization that I can give. It's just that looking up into the sky, the clear blue sky, the clouds everywhere, looking towards possibly a brighter future. Maybe the protagonist has gone through some pretty horrible stuff, but within all the despair and the darkness, there's this ray of light that reaches out and pulls him up. I do gotta say, as a casual visual novel enjoyer, I've really only played the science adventure games. Not even all of them. I've played both Steins Gate visual novels. I even went and bought Steins Gate Elite on the PS4 just so I could get the code for linear bounded phenogram, which is just kind of like a side game that they made, which honestly Steins Gate is the perfect game for those kinds of things because of its unlimited potential that it has with all the different world lines and things that could happen. And I've also played Chaos Child. I skipped Chaos Head because I heard that one wasn't very good in terms of the main character being pretty insufferable, and I read that it was okay to jump straight to Chaos Child, and so I did, and oh lord. What a creepy, crazy, mind-blowing ride that was. I do also have Robotic Notes. That's one that I have not gotten around to. As far as other visual novels go, I mean, somebody might crucify me for saying this, but I do consider Persona visual novel adjacent, simply due to how it's presented with the character portraits and just the sheer amount of dialogue. I even attribute that to Trails in a sense, in the same sense. But I mean, they're not true visual novels because then technically you could lump every JRPG that has text as a visual novel. So as far as games that I actually do consider visual novels, Ace Attorney, that series, Danganronpa, that's another series that I've played. And I've dabbled in just the smallest bit of Fate. I played maybe a couple hours of Fate Extra many years back. I did eventually play Fate Extella, the first one. But as far as the other visual novels within the Fate series, I have not touched any of them. That series is very confusing. Even when it gets explained to me, I'm just like, okay. Just goes in one ear and out the other. I just nod my head. Yes. Cool story, bro. And I did also play a bit of, I'd say about like 50% of, this is a very obscure Vita game, Mind Zero. I don't know if anybody knows what that game is, but I played about 50% of that game before dropping it for a while, and then I was in need of, I wanted to buy something else, but you know how it is as a poor student, you don't have any money, so you gotta trade in your games that you're like, I probably won't play this, so I never got to finish it. Looking back on it now, it's like, I wish I never got rid of it, but sometimes you want that shiny new thing. You gotta get rid of your old stuff to get that new stuff. And sometimes you just gotta go for stuff. It's like if there's something that interests you, just go for it. You never know when you can find a new favorite thing. Life is too short, But this is a perfect example of why I love music in video games. Because music is emotion. Without emotion, music wouldn't be able to be created. Because it's through the various emotions that the writers feel when they're composing the pieces, it gets transferred along into the music. Music can honestly tell such a complicated story, so many stories. A piece of music like this can mean so many different things to all kinds of people. And even somebody like me, who is a complete super casual when it comes to music and analyzing and instruments and all that stuff, even a filthy casual like me, can still look at music and still derive something from the emotion that's in the piece. You don't have to be a music theorist, you don't have to be a professional to simply listen to music, appreciate it, and derive something from it. Now, those things help in a lot of ways. That's why I love music, man. Stuff like this just always reminds me of my sheer love for this medium. So thank you, KM, for recommending this piece to me. Anyway, I think I have rambled on long enough. I am very much interested in this series as a visual novel fan. That is what I originally meant to say before I went off track a bit. I have no idea. Are there multiple of these games? Is this just the only game in this? Is there just only one Higurashi title? You guys will have to let me know. And I very much appreciate any sort of explanation into how correct I was as far as analyzing this track. So, if you could, please leave a like on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already, and you want to keep up to date with all my future content. And of course, a very special thank you to all my current channel members and supporters over on Patreon. Anybody is feeling extra generous, you want to help the channel out in a more personal way, feel free to check out any of the links below. This has been Cyrus, your host. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Alright, what's next?